5th November 2024. This is the date for US elections. Who is going to win? Mr. Trump? Miss Kamala? Is there anything we should keep into the mind? Shall we learn from their economics model? Yes. So welcome back guys to the Conclusion Matters. I'm your host and let's just start. For the viewers who has less knowledge about US election systems, understand the concept like this. US has majority two parties, the Democrats, the Republicans. And US is divided into the 50 major states with 538 total seats. In their language, it's called as electorals. Now, the first step will be declaration of candidates by both the parties. Initially, Trump versus Biden, and when Biden forgot. Where was the stage exit? Now it's Trump versus Kamala. By the way, I just love her. Look at her smile. Enough, sir. Okay, second step. As I told you, US has 50 states and 538 electorals. Now it's time to divide these electorals among the states depending on the size and populations. For example, California has 54 electorals, Texas has 40, New York has 30, and some smaller states might be 3. In third step, it's time again to choose candidates for each state. So, instead of directly voting to the president, that is Trump versus Kamala, people will vote to this candidate because they know them, they are familiar with their territory. And in this time period, it's easy, but results are more easier. They have this system where if you win majority of electorals of any states, focus on my word, majority of electorals of any states, you will win entire states. The system is called winner takes it all. Confusing? Okay, let's take an example. Let's say New York has 30 electorals and if any of the candidate will win more than 15, that is 50%, the entire state will be given to that party. And to win full election, Trump versus Kamala needs the combination of states with 270 or more electorals. I hope you get it. I know, election system was easy, but as a business person, we should focus on their economic policies and the financial implications. So that will lead us to the next chapter. First, Mr. Trump. In 2017, when he entered into the White House, his agenda was quite simple: lower the taxes for the corporates. Why? Because he believes that by lowering the tax for the corporates, they will be able to save more money, and by saving more money, they will be able to create more jobs by focusing on innovations and growth. As a business person, if you would ask me, that's a great idea. And for the same purpose, they introduced Tax Cuts and Job Act 2017, where the corporate tax will be reduced from 35% to 21%. It's great, right? But this is the same reason why Trump has more breakups than anybody in the world. Because he trusts people. He doesn't know that in the end people will betray you. The same thing happened with him when the corporates started to use this fund to buy back the shares. And I know you don't know the concept of buyback. Just give me 2 minutes, I will explain you. Let's assume you have one pizza and the price of the pizza will be $100. Remember, in any given situations, this price will not change. The price will remain $100. Second, what you will do is, you will do 10 pieces of the pizza. So the price of per piece will be $10. You will sell it to the public. And remember, people will keep it with themselves. They will not eat this pizza. After some times, you won lottery. Now you want to do is buy back. So, let's say you have the money to buy back 4 pieces again. What you will do is that you will pay to this person, they will give the pizza pieces back, you will keep it in your pocket. Now, you have done 4 pieces of the buyback. So, remaining 6 will be valued at 100. If you divide this 100 divide by 6, so your answer will be 16.67. Earlier, per piece is valued at $10, but if you do the buyback, then the remaining 6 will be priced more, that is 17. This is happen if you do the buyback. The poor people will not take the advantage of these situations, only wealthier people become more wealthier. I hope you got it. Now let's move to the Kamala ma'am's model. Kamala ma'am. Her smile. Look how happy she is. But by being unbiased, her approach is unique in its own way. She believes that benefits of the economy shall be distributed to all the people and not to the just wealthier people. She plans to introduce the law where minimum wages payable to persons shall be increased from $8 per hour to $15 per hour. It's good approach, right? Yes. But let's look at from the economics perspective. Assume you have two people working for you and now government passes the law where you have to pay these two people double the salaries. You will do it? No, you will not do it. So what you will do? Yes, exactly. You will remove the one person. So under this model, one person will get benefits at the expense of the others. Why we are talking this? Because we have the economic proofs. Where earlier government has passed same kind of regulations, 1.3 million people got the better jobs, where 1.4 million people lost their jobs. By the way, she's playing smart in this. She's playing with probabilities. All she needs is 51% votes to win the elections. So this approach is also better for her. And yes, who will lose the job? Immigrants. So we have the fair idea about the economic policies. Let's move to the main question. Where they are getting money? In between, I have one question for you. What do you think? Why politicians are always smiling? Because they love you? No, they are not. They love only money. Until now, you are very bored. So just let me tell you one story and you will identify by yourself that how these political parties are funded. Assume you want to run for the presidency. What do you need? Charisma, personality, platform, ample of money. Yes. What? Ample of money. Even I don't want to run for the presidency, still I want ample of money. You have two uncles. Number one, middle class but kind. Second one is rich but arrogant. What you will do is that you will go to these uncles and now you will ask for the money. First one gives you 5,000 because it's his capacity. Second one will give you unlimited money, but all his condition is I will not pay directly to you, I will pay to the parties where you are incurring the expenditure. That means he will directly pay for the political rallies, advertisement and others. But he is ultra rich, remember this part. Now, let me cut this story short. Let me replace this first uncle with traditional political action committees. This is what it called. And second one, super political action committees. Listen the story again. I know the next question which will come into your mind is, why should we learn this? Because we are here in India. We are away from the USA around 3000 kilometers. Then what's the purpose of this learning? I will give you answer to this question in next chapter. If you have watched this video till now, that means you are going to be great, just like me. Thank you. Let's move to next chapter. As I told you, what happened in Washington DC will affect your day-to-day life. Let's start with petrol. India is importer of the crude oil. 85% of the crude oil of India is coming from the Russia, Iran, UAE, Saudi Arabia and other countries. Let's say if US put sanctions on one of these countries, the import of the crude oil will become expensive for India. And now you are paying 100 rupees for the petrol per liter, right? How much you are going to pay in future if the sanctions will apply? Job market. It's not always about how you spend. It's always about how you are going to earn. And US elections will going to affect your job. How? Let's understand. The Indian IT sector is booming. $194 billion in revenue with 4.5 million employees. But here's the catch. 70% of H-1B visa issued by US are given to Indians only because they are talented into IT sectors. In 2017, changes into the US immigration policies have forced 200,000 Indian workers to leave their jobs. Think, if you are one of them, then what? Third, rupee against the dollar. Let's say if US make any of the policies which will make our rupee weak, You know, 60% of world transactions and more are to be done into the US dollars. So it's not good for the India if any president comes over there who does not support the India. Fourth, last and my favorite, stock market. Stock market. Do you remember in the year 2020 when Dow Jones fell by 30%, Indian stock market fell by 50%? All I'm trying to say is Indian economy depends on the US economy. Whatever you say, this is just fact. Without stretching this topic, let me conclude this video because there are so many things to talk about relating to US economy, Indian economy. But why I am making this video? Let's jump to the conclusion and you will realize by yourself. This is my personal thinking, so don't blame it on anybody else. I believe that people will come into this life, people will go out of this life. These people are going out of the life. Who is going to replace them? Us. Thank you guys for watching. See you in next episode.